chapter 3, if I can get this going. We're still in part 1. These are the different themes of art we're going to focus on in this chapter: the sacred realm, politics, social order, stories and history, and so on. Okay, we'll get all into this as I go through the lecture. Two terms you're going to learn are space cells and iconoclasm. And again, you want to look up things in the back of the glossary if you don't understand the meaning, and make sure you use the book as a primary source. I can't emphasize that enough. You go into Wikipedia, you get a lot of different takes on what our author's saying. Authors really disagree, and you have to keep that in mind. So you could actually answer things wrong with Wikipedia. So use our glossary, use our book. All right, so themes of art. This is basically what is going on in the artwork. What is it depicting? Okay, so there there could be more than one theme in a work of art, and um, different pieces of art. For a long time, art was just made for religious purpose, and then that began to shift. I don't want to get too into the details of that, but there's a lot of reasons now in the current modern era that we make art. We make art for all kinds of reasons. Another thing you want to keep in mind that the modern world, as opposed to the ancient world, has galleries, critics, collectors, and museums. Museums did not exist 2,000 years ago, or even 1,000 years ago. So it's a very different world we're living in the way that artwork is interpreted in the modern era. So in the past, an artist typically worked for a client, patron, collaboratively in a workshop. Rarely were individual artists known. With the exception, we actually know some of the names from the Greek and Roman era, some of the Egyptian. I don't want to go that far, but we do know some names from the ancient world, but not a lot. Okay, so the sacred realm is something you cannot see, right? It's faith-based things that are figures that we don't interact with, and in some cultures they do, I should say, but for the most part, it's images of gods, deities, things that we don't see, and that's depicted in some uh, religions. That's okay to depict. In the case of Judaism and Islam, you cannot depict people that are of religious significance. You don't depict Allah, you do not depict God, that kind of thing. So you don't see images of those. But in other religions, that is not the case. Iconoclasm, it derived from the Greek word meaning image breaking. An icon is an image, and klasm is, to a degree breaking, and it refers to destruction of images in the name of spiritual purity.